What's going on, everybody? What's going on, shopVOX universe? How's it going? Your boy Peter Karunas here with shopVOX, and in this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about the other pricing method that was mentioned in our previous video in pricing number 201. But we're going to be talking about book pricing. What is that? How does it benefit you? When you should be using it? And let's get into it. Stay tuned. All right, so book pricing. That is the other pricing method that I have used other than cost pricing, other than value selling, and other than metric selling. So all of these other pricing methods were covered in Sign Pricing 101 and Sign Pricing 201. So if you haven't checked out those videos, you might want to hit pause on this one for now and check out those other videos first, because those are going to be some things that you're going to be using more often. But this is a pricing method here that's really going to benefit my print shops. Those print shops out there, whether you're t-shirt printing or whether you're you're doing other types of printing, whether it's wide format or whether it's dye sublimation printing, or whether it's offset printing, or whether it's just about any type of printing at this point. Yeah, any type of printing. Book pricing is basically short for price book pricing. And that's going to be, you're going to actually have to create this, right? This is going to take a little bit of time and effort, but it'll pay off in the long run. Now, price book pricing is going to be pricing that you have, theoretically going to go into a book and look up and say, this is the price for this product. So that's going to be your business cards, your brochures, your print collateral, your trade show signage, whether it be like table skirts, retractable banner stands, flags, items like that. You can do t-shirts, you can do garment printing, you can do tote bag printing this way, where you're going to be breaking that down by price point, based off of quantity, types of colors. If it's one color, two color, or full color. You're going to have, add-ons there, whether it's, what type of finishing. Is it UV coated? Is it suede finish, velvet finish? Is it going to be spot UV, high gloss, matte finish? You're going to have a lot of different variables here that are going to affect your pricing. So being very diligent and creating a book of all of this is going to be very simple for your team. And that's going to lead me into why it's important. You can look up your pricing most likely through your vendor online. My guess is that a lot of you are using companies like Signs 365 or Printograph or 4over or B2 Sign, or any type of online printer that's out there. Maybe some others that you might be using that are going to be able to offer their wholesale pricing online. And a lot of you could just quickly look it up and kind of throw out a price. And now, what is that price? And I think that's kind of where book pricing lends itself, is that this pricing method doesn't really take into account traditional cost plus or metric pricing. In fact, it's basically built off of just a markup in most cases. And what that markup is versus what the marketplace is paying, is what the marketplace is sharing those prices with, what the marketplace value is. And that's usually where you're going to start. So let's just take the simple one, business cards. Your simple sized business card, gloss, 14-point coated cards. Now, people are going to have various different prices here, but that's okay. That's okay. Put it in a book that maintains profitability and factor in some design time into your price. So break down your quantities: 100, 250, 500, 1,000, 2,500, 5,000, 14-point cards, double-sided with design, 65, 75, 95, 100, 125, 250, and make your way all the way down there and catalog these prices. And the reason why it's important is because now you take the X factor out of it. There's a lot out there in the print world that's going to lend itself to going into this book quite often. The sign shops, the print shops that do this well understand that there needs to be a price book. Now, how can you use that price book to your advantage? Well, clearly, like we just said, there's going to be an advantage to your team to go to a central resource where all of the pricing is centralized. It's going to be your price book for your sign shop, your price book for your print shop, for these items that, geez, they have a ton of variables. So if you do the research one time and take it one product at a time and add to this book, and you can make it easy to find by simply locating the type of product. So label it like flyers, folders, folding cards, magnets. This way you can easily get to it. And now you can say, okay, magnets, okay, these are the sizes, this is the quantity, this is the pricing. This way, when somebody asks for a price, you actually have something that you can resort to and can actually use it to your advantage in upselling tactics there, because you could say, well, for $250 it's this, but for $500 it's this. And now the price per unit, it actually goes down considerably when you cross over that threshold of quantity breakdown. So you can train your staff how to use your price book to your advantage. Another key advantage to a price book pricing is that once you have set your retail value and you know the cost of your vendor, essentially you can actually get into wholesale. And that's something that not many people would actually think about, because what if you took your price book, marked it up marginally for wholesale prices, and were able to take out that price book and distribute it amongst other businesses that are in your that are in your area, that are in your local market. And what that will allow you to do is, you might not get a lot of wholesale customers. And I want to say this very carefully. I'm not asking you to get wholesale products and sell them wholesale to somebody else that can go straight to the distributor. That's not what I mean. That's not where I'm going with this. In fact, I would not do that. What I mean is that you should probably tailor your customer base to people that are going to order these types of products on a more common basis, not once a year, but maybe once a month or once every few months. And the reason for that is that there are businesses that order a lot of print collateral on a scheduled basis. Think of like real estate offices, think of car dealerships, where they're constantly ordering new print collateral, business cards, pamphlets, notepads, NCR forms, things like that, where you can take your pricing and say, here's some special pricing for you because we know that you're going to be ordering quite a bit. And you could use your price book as a sales tool in order to capture those types of clients and make them more clients that you're going to be doing business with on the regular. And isn't that what this is all about? Is finding, added revenue streams within your market, within your client base, that you can penetrate even deeper. We covered that in another video, how to grow your business, but you're leaning on using your pricing as a tool, because now somebody has the answer right in front of them. For 1,000 brochures, it's going to cost me X. Wow, that's better than what I'm getting right now. So let me call them up and let me give them my next order. Or let me hold on to that postcard. Let me hold on to that price book that they gave me, staple it to my office wall, put it on a clipboard, put it on my desk. And when I'm ready to order, I can actually, I actually know the pricing and can just place the order. I don't have to ask for a quote. And I think that is traditionally how I've used the price book in the past. And it's funny, I just moved into a new house, and I was going through some old boxes, and I found some old paperwork from way back when I first started the business. And I got a look at my first price book, and it was very vague, but I remember getting a lot of assistance putting it together. I was actually daydreaming about this the other day when I was thinking about doing this type of video, is that I actually remember getting a lot of assistance with my staff. In fact, during the downtime, we knew how important the price book was going to be for future employees, for future advancements in the company, to tackle it one product, two products a day until the entire price book was built and ready to go. And that's just the end. That's just the thing. it was never ready to go. And in fact, it was always growing. We were adding products to it left and right. In fact, if I was looking at my price book then and it was like, 15, 20 pages thin, it probably could be 2 or maybe 3 times that right now. Maybe even in a 3-ring binder or 2 3-ring binders. There's a lot of product out there and a lot of different variables. And one little helpful tool here that I can recommend to you guys out there is there's a great vendor out there in Printograph, and I know some of you know who that is, and it's the sub name of gotprint.com, but it's the wholesale version. And you have to be qualified to be a wholesaler with Printograph. And this video by no means is sponsored by Printograph. It's just a vendor I've used since day one and have grown to love their work. I love their customer service. I love their product. I think they've grown over the years, and definitely going to be a vendor I would recommend using at the top of your vendor lists in your business. But they actually have a downloadable product book for you to download that has their practically at least 80% of their product line, if not more. And that's a great way to start building your price book. The only thing is that it doesn't include your shipping costs, and it can be at times very difficult to understand like what the variables are for certain finishes. So the difficult thing is that I don't think that you can actually get it in Excel format, which would be great if you can get it in Excel format, because then you can easily just add a simple margin markup to everything and you'll have retail prices, and that would be good for certain people. But it downloads in PDF format, and it would be a great place to start. Maybe you might want to hire a subcontractor, maybe on Upwork or something, and you could take that PDF and convert it into Excel format, and you can, kind of start building your price book there. If I could do it all over again, I probably would have spent the time or money in investing in having that done, because it probably would have taken months of work out of the equation before I started to put that together myself. And doing all that research, my time could have been much better useful. My time could have been much better used doing other things. Not to take it away from the value of putting together the price book, but look, there's a lot of value in the price book. The value, that number at the top of the list, the value is that your staff is going to appreciate it, especially staff that doesn't understand the pricing. They know where to get it. They might not know how much it is, but if they can look in a book and tell somebody a price over the phone, or give somebody a price over an email, or generate a quote in your shopVOX or in your POS software or in QuickBooks, whatever you guys are using, that's going to be, it's worth its weight in gold. I can't stress it enough, is that if you can provide somebody the answer without asking you the question, it'll make everybody kind of churn together in that same direction for your business. So put together your price books, take the time, and then if you really want to take it a step further, and I'm a huge advocate of taking it a step further, is taking your price book and converting it to digital format. And not only, if you want to use Excel, you could do that. That'd be a great little, creating your own price book in Google Sheets or Excel or something like that would be fantastic for most of you. But taking it a step further and programming your products, your price book into shopVOX. And that's going to take a lengthy time. Don't get me wrong. I spent months doing it for my own businesses. But all of my franchisees, my fellow sign shop owners, loved the fact what we were doing. It was making their life easier. It was a training tool. I am a big advocate of, creating that product line inside of shopVOX the most as you can with your book pricing, so that that's really where you want to centralize your information. Your prices belong in your POS system. Can they live on a Google Sheet? Absolutely. Can they live in a 3-ring binder? Absolutely. Should it? Well, that's another question maybe for another time or another video. But the shops that I talk to, the shops that I'm talking to on a regular basis are taking the time and creating the products. They're developing new formulas that can help trigger some new automations, which I really like. But again, taking that, it's really about time. It's really about your time, and taking your time and taking it seriously, and about developing your business into your POS system. ShopVOX has a great platform for creating products, no matter on which version you're at. But if you really want to get a dialed in, ask the right questions, make the right drop-down selections, build your formulas, build your product codes into your products, and you'll thank me for it eventually. You're going to hate it while you're doing it. You're going to hate the time that you're spending doing it. You're going to want to hire somebody to do it for you. But you'll thank me when you're all done and everything is done and said and working correctly. You're going to thank yourself for doing it. You're going to build value into your business. You're going to build value into your team. Your team is going to be thankful for you doing this. And at the end of the day, it's all about the investment of your time. So take the time, build out those products into take the price book and build it into ShopVOX. You'll thank me for it. I promise you. All right, guys, thank you so much. That's it for me. Listen, I really enjoyed doing this video, but I would love to know if you guys have price books. How long did it take you to do them? And, are you going to download start your price book with Printograph? Definitely start there. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to this, shame on you. Do it now. I'll wait. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. And like always, everybody, stay positive out there.